Welcome back, guys, to another video. A few videos ago I did one on how playing made me more money, and that's a concept that really rang true. So I want to do a follow-up video and finding the perfect balance or equilibrium between working hard and playing and having fun, and hopefully finding a balance between the two so that you can actually enjoy your life. So one of the things I'm really passionate about is having fun. I've been traveling the world for the last 3.5 years, and I got to experience some really awesome things. And in the meantime, I've actually been working really hard during that whole process to make this a reality. And so what I've noticed is I go into two modes, right? I go into a mode of just complete grind, focus, stoicism, and really like hammering it out. And that works to a certain extent. But after a certain point, I just noticed for me personally in my capacity, I do get what some might refer to as like burnout. I don't think it's actual burnout, but it gets pretty close. And the normal things in life just kind of lose significance. It just gets a little bit more of a mundane reality. If I feel like I'm just working all the time and I forget why I'm doing it, to be able to have fun and create good experiences and set myself up for the future, then it gets really boring. And on the flip side, I'll just give you an example. I spent the last 6 weeks in Argentina, just traveling around. I worked a little bit, but it was mainly like a play trip. I had my family come down and visit us for Christmas, and yeah, it was a lot of pleasure. It was a lot of like touristy times. It was a lot of running around. But I'm not gonna lie, it took me off purpose. It took me off mission, taking that much time off work and what I feel like I should be doing. So where's the balance? Because I really value family, I really value working hard, and I value fun. So it doesn't have to be one at certain points of these values can trump the other. And what's important to realize is there's gonna be seasons of not having equilibrium, right? In order to get out of your current circumstance, maybe you need to work and discipline a lot to get out of there. That's what I had to do for many years, trying all these different online businesses, and probably tried like 5 or 6, Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, paying for mentors for drop shipping, the whole e-commerce game, then sales training, all of these things, high ticket sales, all of these different things. I took a constant try, fail, adapt, but I never gave up, right? And I think the problem with a lot of people is they give up during that grind phase before they can reap the rewards of being able to enjoy, a really fulfilling life full of fun, adventure, and satisfaction and fulfillment. So that's what we're here to chat about, is how to actually get there. And full transparency, I'm still figuring this out. Sometimes I just go in grind mode and I'm just putting my head down. And sometimes I'm just like completely off in the woods, exploring Argentina, going to Patagonia, hiking mountains, and, having a lot of fun, right? But then I feel off purpose. So one of the things that I did in a coaching program I was in, 6 months ago, is I was in grind mode. It was like, hey, we're just gonna put up numbers, we're gonna focus on the business, and we're just gonna try and get results. And before I reached the burnout part, I was told to focus on daily acts of play. So no matter how much you're grinding, focus on one thing that you did as a kid that made you happy. And in my case, that was things like video games. That was things like sports, love playing sports. And so I started picking up soccer again. And I had so much fun playing soccer 2 nights a week, and basketball on Sundays. So it's like 3 days of the week I'm getting like vigorous, competitive, I'm meeting these physical and mental needs. And then that only furthered my results I was getting in work, right? Instead of just going to the gym and coming back and grinding for like 10 hours, it's like, cool, like let's grind for 6 hours efficiently and then just go play sports. And that was a really big eye-opener for me last year, because I actually was working less, more efficiently, making more money, and also having more fun. So that was a big hack. So what does it take to get there though? Like, in order to get to where you want to be, like maybe you're having too much fun in your life. Maybe you're going out for beers with the boys too often, or you're going out to one too many girls' nights a week, and that's distracting you from doing what your soul's mission is to do, right? Like what you feel like you need to get to the next level, right? If you want to become self-employed and then work the, they call it I think it's the cash flow quadrant, the 4 different stages of, Robert Kiyosaki's thing. You start off as an employee, then you become self-employed, then you become a business owner, and then you become an investor. And when you hit the investor status, life just goes on, I don't want to say easy mode, but easy mode, because you're not worried about money, you're not worried about bills, you're just kind of playing real life Monopoly. So I was able to go from employee to self-employed. It took me a few years, and I'm not saying it has to take a few years for you to find your stride, or by any means, but I had to try a lot of different things in order to find out what works for me, my personality, my interests, etc. So if you're in a position right now where you want to cultivate a life of more fun, adventure, discovery, then you kind of have to start focusing on what it is you want, right? For me, I should have known. It took me 2 years, 3 years to realize I'm not a tech guy, right? So a lot of these e-commerce, building websites, ads, all these things, that's not my core competency. And instead of finding things that were aligned with my personality, for example, sales, that was something that I had no idea was a career path until my 3rd year at university. I had a teacher just suggest to me, have you ever considered going into sales? He had a whole career in sales. He's a young guy, a stud, a mentor that I really look up to. Shout out John. And he suggested that to me. And so I was spending 2 years in university trying to build these online businesses. That wasn't really my cup of tea. And then I started getting into the realm of sales and learning about that. I'm like, oh, cool, I like talking to people. I'm more extroverted than introverted. I want to help people. That was like a pretty clear-cut way to get into a field that, led me to starting my own solar company within a couple of years. Fully remote now, and that's all because one guy suggested to me an idea that I had never considered previously. That's why networking is really, really important. And that's why getting out and having fun is important as well, because some of the biggest insights that I've had has come from me being in like a social dynamic circle, or like a networking event, or even just like hiking or like a party, and you'll just be having a heart-to-heart with someone, and then they'll just suggest something, and might even be something that you've heard, but then it's who it's coming from and the timing of that message, where it might just like hit different. And so that's why getting out and being social and getting out into nature and having fun is really, really important, alongside the grind, where you're just sacrificing and you feel like you're just getting your nuts kicked 24/7. It makes it all worth it. So give yourself, I had one mentor who told me to give myself rewards at every step along the way. Instead of, for me, I can do delayed gratification, right? I learned that at an early age. I'd rather have 100 marshmallows instead of 2 marshmallows now. I'd have 100 marshmallows in 5 years. Like, I'm cool putting that stuff off. But then I learned through one of my relationships, a girlfriend I was dating, to start having fun now, right? Like, I'm only gonna be in my 20s once. I'm only gonna be in my 30s once. And what's the point of having money when you're 60, 70, 80 if you can't actually enjoy it the same way? Like I heard somebody talk about this, like having $1 million before age 30 is like having, is better than having 10 million at age 65, 70, because you don't have the same kind of vitality or like zest. Like, it's just gonna be way more fun, like the lifestyle and stuff. You're not gonna want the same things when you're 70 years old. But I see so many people talking, they get so caught up on saving every penny, they get so caught up on working every hour and maximizing output, instead of like taking care of yourself and focusing on the input, what's going on and what's coming into your mind, your body, your soul. How are you nourishing that so that you can maximize output? It's not all about hard work. It's about replenishing yourself so you can get the most done with the hours that you want to put in. And it feels like a choice instead of a sacrifice. So those are just a few things that I've learned along the way. I highly encourage you, if you are in that grind set mode, start having some more fun, right? Like, whatever made you come alive as a kid, do more of that, right? And it could be, like for me, I tried video games, and video games kind of hit. Even now at our new apartment, it came with this like PS4 that was left over. Me and my brother have been playing like Black Ops a couple nights a week. And it's kind of fun, but it doesn't hit the same as when I was a kid. But sports, like played beach volleyball on Saturday for 2 hours, played basketball for 3 hours on Sunday, and I just love that competition. So like, what is it for you in your life that would make you come alive? And just do more of that. And then in return for you giving yourself that gift, you're gonna show up better in your life, you're gonna work harder, you're gonna be more creative, you're gonna feel more in flow and get it what it is that you want. So thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking your time to check this out. I hope it was valuable for you. We got some insight from it. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.